Alright boys, we're back here with episode 14 of the driver career here for the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort here. I was just debating whether to take penalties or not, mainly with the energy store, but I didn't end up taking that penalty. I did put our last MGUH on, or into the car. So yeah, that's the only change we're going to make. So probably for the next race we might need to take that penalty. So yeah. Now, moving on, we got another failure. Had a couple of them lately, and I don't even have the points to, repurchase it. So yeah, quite disappointing. Quite a disappointing way to start off. Now, I did say in the last video I would show the performance index. We have now dropped behind Haas and McLaren. So McLaren, oh wow, McLaren brought a massive upgrade for the Hungarian Grand Prix. But yeah, we're just behind them, and Haas, although it looks like we are in front of them, they must bring upgrades for the next race. So yeah. Now, as we move closer to the Grand Prix, we have an upgrade go onto the car, and then after practice, purchasing more upgrades, we've got a chassis upgrade there, and I think we're going to repurchase that reliability upgrade. So yes, as now we come back to that performance index chart, and as you can see, after loading into the race weekend, Haas and McLaren do go ahead of us. So that's what it looks like at the moment. All the teams are very tight. There's really not much in it. So yeah, let's head into qualifying. Here we are for our first run of Q1. Again, Zandvoort, not a track I do very often unless it's for league races. So yeah, we'll have to just see how this one feels. I don't know how quick I am around here. I did put the AI up. I did learn that it was on about 104 AI for the last race, so I put that up to 106 again. So yeah, definitely be pushing a little bit harder for this race. So yeah, so far not a bad lap. It's quite a nice flowing track, Zandvoort, when I really think about it. Like I did just say, it's not something I really, drive a lot of. So yeah, it feels like a nice flowing track. Whether our car likes it is another question. But yeah, coming towards the end of the lap now, hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty solid. Definitely some time to find though as we open up the DRS on this banked final corner. It's kind of a hairpin, really. We come across the line, it's only going to be P15, half a tenth off Sonoda. So we will have to go back out. It's definitely not going to be good enough. But as we do start our second lap, Joe, I'm pretty sure it's Joe, got in our way. So that's pretty much ruined the lap. And look at that, we're all over the shop now. As we exit that first little sequence of corners towards the end of sector 1 then. 3/10 down nearly. Not a great lap. We're still P15, so you never know, there might be a chance we make it through. But it's not looking too hopeful at the moment. We go through this middle sector towards the end of it. Opening up the DRS. Is Joe gonna have I had a feeling he was gonna try and overtake me there. As we start the third sector. We are still P15 as the checkered flag drops. Oh, we got crossed up on that curb, and that's gonna cost us heaps of time. We go down by nearly 5/10, and we are out of qualifying. Wow. Quite surprising, that one. Very disappointing to see Alex there. 6/10 quicker than us in P8, so the car definitely has some potential. So yeah, we got Magnussen, myself, Piastri, Stroll, and surprise, surprise, Nick De Vries out in Q1. Oh, I suppose we can only go up from here. Let's get straight into the race.
Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and to the Zandvoort circuit. We're 25 miles away from Amsterdam for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. Zandvoort circuit has 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6-mile lap. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Verstappen, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Bottas, Gasly, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Zhou, Leclerc, Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, O'Reilly, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, and Nick De Vries. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Natalie Pinkham, what types of strategy do you think we can expect going into today's race?
Clearly every car can't be as competitive as the next. Some are going to have a clear advantage over the opposition. So it's those teams that can think outside the box in terms of strategy that will come out on top today. I hope they do.
Here we are on the grid. Pretty simple strategy. 15 laps on the softs, 21 laps on the mediums. 36 lap race. Going to take nearly 44 minutes. So let's not delay any further. Let's get straight into it.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
And it's lights out and away we go here in Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Now the clutch was having problems for some reason, I'm not sure why, as we lose a position to Oscar Piastri. Gonna try and take that position back. We kind of do, as Albon, I'm pretty sure he started about P14 or P15 or something like that. So obviously that Q1 pace didn't translate for the rest of the sessions, as we are just going to try and catch up to Tsunoda and our teammate Albon. So, a little bit of a moment there. We're going to just have a little look. We make a little bit of contact with Tsunoda. We're going to make the move. Going to really be quite aggressive in this race. Need to make up positions and get towards the points. So here we go, already catching up to Albon, Hulkenberg and Magnussen. Looked like Magnussen was pretty slow there for some reason, I'm not sure why. But now, as we go onto the banking, enabling the overtake, the energy store definitely hurting us. Battery draining so quickly and not really recharging. as we kind of tried to have a little look. We are going to have a look. Just kind of barged our way through there on Albon. And now we're trying to catch up to Hulkenberg and Magnussen. As we move on to lap 3 now, we have yellow flags. And it's Hamilton out of the race from pole position. As you would have seen, a front row lockout for Mercedes. That is just heartbreaking for them. Could have been a really good race for them, but no. They have an engine failure. And Hamilton is out of the Grand Prix on lap 3. Didn't even make it to lap 4. Heartbreak for Mercedes there. Hopefully Russell can carry on. As now Hamilton's car disappears. So we're going to have a little... Oh my days, we nearly hit the back of Hulkenberg. Wow. We are really going for it. Wow. Magnussen, Zhou, Ocon, Gasly ahead. We need to get to the front of this train. As we move on to lap 5, you can see it is pretty overcast overhead. So I'm not sure whether that's a sign of maybe some rain, hopefully. I say hopefully, our car's pretty decent in the wet, as we found out the last couple of races. So, yeah, it's not a bad thing for us anyway. As again, we try to look around the outside of Hulkenberg now. And again, nothing doing there for us. It's all about the long game. You know, we've still got another 30 laps to go. So, yeah, gotta be patient. Here, as we move on a little bit further in the lap, our teammate Alex Albon did have a look up the inside there, but we did hold the position. A little bit of a Williams civil war going on. As we move on to the end of lap 6, cross the line to start lap 7, Albon getting a mega run. Our battery is cooked, it's not even recharging, or barely recharging at all. And now Stroll having a look, we're going to defend pretty nicely there. Inside line for this little hairpin. And look at that, Albon already nearly second ahead. That just shows how much we're struggling. Yeah, this is not looking pretty at the moment. Sitting in P15, not something we're really used to. We're used to being... Oh, we have a big... Oh, we've had a big moment. Oh my god, we're out of the race. Oh my god. I actually cannot believe that. What the hell, man? Oh, that is so disappointing. Oh, that's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I could have easily flashed back that, but I'm like, you know what? It's got to be realistic. So Max Verstappen takes the race win. He did end up getting past George Russell. Russell did get fastest lap though, so that's good for Mercedes. As Leclerc going from P13 to P4. What a race for him. Solid race from Ferrari there. Who else? Oh, Piastri. P18 to P10. That's very solid. Now as we look at the standings, Max Verstappen increases his lead over Carlos Sainz to 31 points now. Lando Norris overtakes us in the championship. We go back down to P9 on 53 points. Norris moves up to P8 on 60 points. So, not a great weekend for us. Albon out of the points again. So, yeah, it's not looking too good at the moment for us, as we can have a look at the constructors' standings. And we are still ahead of McLaren by, 3 points. Aston Martin jumping away a little bit ahead there by about, 22 points. And then the gap from Aston Martin to Mercedes is just huge. So Red Bull still have a slim lead in the constructor standings. They're 17 points. So yeah, quite a disappointing episode of the driver career today. Well, that's racing, I suppose. We'll definitely bounce back for the next one, so I'll catch you then.